Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Elevate to Grow. If you're new here, my name is Debbie. As an anti-abuse warrior, on this channel I cover topics about real-life social issues, hot topics, real crime stories, important knowledge, and heated debates with a focus on self-awareness, support, self-care, and compassion for those who have been victimized. Today's video is extremely difficult to talk about. It involves the heartbreaking and brutal death of 16-year-old Jordan Manning Collins Jr., a young life stolen in the most unthinkable way. Viewer discretion is advised. This video contains details about a violent crime involving a minor. Please use caution, especially if you are sensitive to topics involving family violence or child victims. The case of Jordan Manning Collins will leave you questioning the concern for the healthy state of a family system. A father's betrayal, a son's tragic murder, and a community left upset and in shock. Manning was a beloved son, a friend, and a teenager full of dreams, hope, and promise. But in a shocking twist that rocked his Columbia Heights, Minnesota community, police now say his own father has been charged with his cruel, vicious, and brutal murder. Let's take a walk through what happened, the investigation that followed, and the heartbreaking truth that is still unfolding. 16-year-old Jordan Manning Collins Jr. went missing from Columbia Heights, Minnesota on May 8, 2025. Nearly 2 months later, his remains were discovered in a landfill, uncovering a shocking and devastating truth. Manning was last seen leaving his father's apartment on May 8, 2025. He was reportedly headed to visit his grandmother and his girlfriend, but he never arrived. His phone last pinged early that morning and fell silent after that. On May the 12th, 2025, Manning's mother reported him missing. Authorities launched an extensive search, including action at the landfill in Elk River. Surveillance footage captured a garbage truck emptying a dumpster behind his father's apartment on May 13th. On July 1st, Manning's remains were identified. An autopsy shockingly revealed he had been decapitated. 6 days later, on July 7th, Jordan Dupree Collins Sr., Manning's 38-year-old cruel, evil, wicked, sick father, was arrested. He was formally charged with second-degree murder and arraigned on July 9th with bail set at up to $3 million. A search of the father's residence turned up bloody knives and blood-stained items later confirmed to belong to Manning. Additional blood was found inside the apartment and pieces of the mattress and carpet was removed, apparently to clean up the scene. Manning's loved ones are in mourning. His grandmother recalls that the father claimed Manny was headed to her home, but he never arrived. Manning's mother has tearfully called for justice outside of Minnesota's governor's mansion. "He had an old soul," she said. "I'm hoping my son gets the justice he deserves." The father, Jordan Collins Sr., remains in custody awaiting trial. The prosecution is pressing forward with a second-degree murder charge emphasizing the overwhelming evidence and the community's call for justice. His next court appearance hearing is scheduled for August the 4th, 2025. This case highlights both how delicate a person's life is and the power of dedicated investigative work. Manning's story reminds us how vital it is to listen when something doesn't feel right. When your gut instincts tell you something is wrong, listen, pay attention, ask questions, and speak up. It's not paranoia, it's protection, whether it's a friend, a partner, or even your own family members. If someone makes you feel uncomfortable, unsafe, trust that feeling. You don't need proof or a reason to create distance or to cry out for help. Your life may depend on it. Jordan Manning Collins was a young boy with his whole life ahead of him. His father seemed to be struggling with his demons. The father's actions were a shock to many, but were there signs that were overlooked? Could this tragedy have been prevented? These are questions that we're going to continue to explore as more information is being uncovered. The family and the community are now left to pick up the pieces and try to make sense of what has happened. The impact of this tragedy has been marked by a sense of numbness and disorientation, and it's important to acknowledge the pain and suffering it has caused. As I close out this video, we are still left with one haunting question. Why would a father murder his own son? The bond between a parent and child is meant to be sacred, protective, and unbreakable. Yet in this tragic case, that bond was shattered in the most violent way. We may never fully understand what led Jordan Dupree Collins Sr. to commit such an act. It could be mental illness, rage, control, or secrecy. No explanation can justify the cruel loss of his son Manning's life. Manning had the right and he deserved to feel loved and safe while growing up. Manning's story is heartbreaking, but it's also a wake-up call for all of us. A reminder that sometimes danger doesn't come from strangers. It can come from those closest to us. It can come from those that we trust. Or it can come from our own family members. Our hearts remain with Manning and his family. May he rest in peace. We can honor Manny by remembering his name. Also, by speaking out when something feels wrong. And we can also remember his name by pushing for justice, not justice just in the court system, but justice in our communities, and especially pushing for justice in our relationships and in our own homes. Thank you for watching. If this video has moved you, please like, subscribe, and share it so Manning's voice is not forgotten. Stay safe, everyone. Stay alert, stay aware, and as always, look out for each other.